Hi, I'm Grace, and you may have noticed in the background of some of my project vlogs that I like to listen to Smosh Reads Reddit stories and Two Hot Takes on YouTube. And if you don't know what that is, they are podcasts where people read out stories from Reddit, true or fake, who knows, but they are always wild. Yeah, if you don't know, Reddit is basically a forum website and they have different sort of categories where people can post questions, stories about certain topics, and I find that they are great background noise for while I'm crafting. So I thought I would make my own sort of version where it's Reddit Stories Craft Edition. Am I the Asshole Craft Edition? All the stories I have today are from the AITA or AITAH subreddit. Basically, people go there to ask if they were in the wrong in certain situations. So they might not be an asshole, but in that situation, they were in the wrong and being an asshole. We can all be assholes sometimes, and that's okay. It just depends on how far you're willing to go with that. So, yeah, I've compiled a few crafty related stories from Reddit, and I will read them for you today, and we can discuss what we think and how it could have been handled better, or if they are, in fact, in the right and not the asshole at all. So, get cozy, get a snack, get your whips out, and make along while I read to you. The first story I have is Am I the asshole for crocheting while watching TV? Now, I feel like most crafty people will do their craft while watching TV, but I'll save my opinions for later. Let's read. My husband, a 30-year-old man, and I, 28-year-old woman, like to watch movies or TV shows together after we put our child down to bed. I am a crafty person and enjoy doing puzzles, crocheting, wrapping presents, etc. while watching TV. For some reason, this irritates my husband. I feel like I am able to watch and enjoy the show with him, but he constantly says, "Watch now!" And when I look up, a second later, he says, "You didn't even see that, you didn't even get the joke." I only look away from the screen for a few seconds at a time, so I don't believe I'm missing that much. For context, my family growing up did these activities together frequently while watching movies. I don't believe it is such a weird habit. I feel like I am able to decompress easier when my hands are busy. My husband says that when he wants to watch something with me, he wants me to watch it the whole time. So, am I the asshole for wanting to keep my hands busy while watching TV? Am I being inconsiderate? Is this really a weird thing to do? So, yeah, this is not a weird thing to do. Every single person I know who crafts will do it while watching TV, listening to music, something, with something on in the background, basically. And I do this. I can't sit and watch TV just normally anymore. I have to be doing something. And maybe that's bad, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to bother my partner very much. But he's really nice, so who knows. Yeah, I don't think it's weird, and I don't think you're the asshole, unless maybe he just really wants to spend time with you and he doesn't feel like he has your full focus sometimes. I mean, I don't think you have to sit there still watching it every time, but maybe a good compromise could be, on Friday nights, you sit and watch a movie, and that's what you do together. You eat snacks. That's how you keep your hands busy. Eat snacks while watching TV with your husband on Friday nights. Maybe that would be a good compromise, and then during the week and over the weekend, you can do your usual craft and TV. Or, yeah, maybe he just needs to communicate that a little better, and he feels like maybe he's not getting enough attention, which sometimes that happens, and especially if you have kids keeping you busy. So I don't think anyone's really the asshole here unless he expects you to sit there still staring at the TV the whole time, every time. I think there can be a compromise made here. Moving on, the next story is, am I the asshole for having not yet gifted my mother one of my crochet projects? Right off the bat, probably not, but let's read on. I, a 25-year-old woman, have recently gotten into crocheting in October of 2024. I do enjoy doing this as it helps with my anxiety, especially after a day of work, especially if my supervisor decides to be an asshole that day. I've gifted a few small crochet gifts to people, mainly tiny bunnies and a small dinosaur for my baby nephew. I've gifted my coworker 2 tiny bunnies and a scarf as well. I've even given out some tiny bunnies as Christmas gifts to other colleagues and my closest friends. I've also made 3 beanies, and I just recently finished a baby blanket for my pregnant cousin. Okay, so it looks like they don't have a problem gifting out their finished items. They just don't want to give anything to their mom. So that's a little funny, but maybe there's a reason for that. We'll see. Now, here's the problem. Ever since I started crochet, both my mom and sister have started asking me to make them blankets. Okay, I see the issue now. Again, I've just started very recently when they were telling me to make them blankets, and I was still learning the basics of crocheting. They wanted me to give them blankets as Christmas gifts, which I knew I wasn't going to be able to do, so they said for their birthday or for next Christmas. Every now and then, my mum would tell me that I haven't even given her anything yet. When I first started, I did ask her if I made something, what color would she want it, and she said she didn't care, which is honestly very frustrating. I feel like a lot of people say that, especially mums, especially parents, they just want something from their kid, if their kid crafts something, I don't think they really care what it is most of the time. I mean, clearly this mum has a very specific request, but in terms of the color or the design, I think parents just really like having something made by their kids, which is sweet. I think that's sweet. But let's continue. Recently, after finishing the baby blanket, she once again started saying how she hasn't received a scarf, a blanket, or a hat from me yet. She even got me a crochet book for Christmas, which I did appreciate, and she pointed out how it has directions on how to make a blanket. I asked her if that was the reason she got me the book, and she said that wasn't the reason, but I don't like how she once again brought it up. I am making a burgundy scarf for her currently, but it's the first project I'm not excited to jump into after work or during my free time, especially after just completing the baby blanket, because I feel it's a sense of obligation more than me wanting to give a gift. Scarves do take me a while to make, and up until I started, I was taking a break from making scarves. I've only made 2. But I do wonder if I'm in the wrong for not making a gift for my mother sooner. I know she's been asking, but I do enjoy making small things and practicing making other things, especially if it's my first time making it. So, am I the asshole for not making a gift for my mother sooner? This one, look, you don't have to make anyone anything. It's totally up to you. So, in that sense, no, you're not really an asshole. But I do see how your mom could feel left out if you've been making so many projects and gifting them out like lollies to coworkers, cousins, nieces, whatever, and she hasn't received anything yet. I know she requested a blanket, but like I said before, she could have been happy with just about anything you made, even if it was originally just a project you made for fun. You decide, oh yeah, I'll give this to my mom. I don't want it. I think that would be really appreciated. So, I don't know, maybe if the scarf is, too much brain power at the moment for you, I would probably just make something quick, make something small, and say, I do care and I do want to gift you something. I just wanted it to be something you like. I think a lot of people who don't craft don't realize how long a blanket can take and how difficult it can be. I didn't make my first blanket until I was maybe like 4 years into crocheting. And yeah, it was still a very big challenge for me. So I totally get not wanting to make blankets for people left, right, and center. For now, I think it would be good to gift her something small. If not a scarf, then a hat or a little plushie or something she can just have to say, oh, my daughter made this for me, you know? Because I think that's really what she wants. She wants to show off her daughter's creativity and be able to say, look what I have from my kid. Hopefully that's the case and not something meaner. And then if you gift her something small and say, look, I can't make you a blanket right now, but I do want to gift you things that I've made. Here is what I have for you. And then if she, pushes it aside and says, I don't want that, I want my blanket, then yeah, she's being a bit of an asshole and she needs to lower her expectations and give you a bit of a break. Let's read what some of the comments say. Okay, I don't think there's an overall vote on this one. There's not that many comments. This is a pretty small post, but the top comment is, your mum is trying to collect all the crochet projects like Pokemon cards. Gotta catch them all, right? But seriously, take your time. She'll just have to wait until you're ready to unleash your crochet magic. Okay, I think that's a little extra, but go off, I guess. The next one's a little bit less dramatic. Your mum should be proud of you for learning a new skill. If she wants a blanket so bad, maybe she should pick up a crochet hook and give it a go herself. And the poster responds, she is proud of me for learning something new, because according to her, all I do is watch TV and play video games all day, even though there are other things I do as hobbies. Okay. She says she wants to learn how to crochet, but doesn't really have the time. And I told her I can teach her what I know. YouTube is my teacher, so yeah. And I'm thinking if she knows how to do it, maybe she can make her own blanket and not constantly ask me to do it. I don't think she'll do that. I don't think she's going to learn to crochet. And if she does, I don't think she's going to make a blanket for herself. I think she specifically wants it because you're the one who made it. So I don't think this is going to solve your problem. But yeah, most people are saying not the asshole, which is so fair. I don't think you are the asshole at all. I just think it's a little questionable. Like, why not just give her something? And then if she's not happy with it, that's her problem. And you can say, look, I'm not going to make you a blanket right now. And then one day, if you do make your first blanket and it's a little dodgy, you can give it to your mum and she'll love it. Let's move on from that one now. The next one is, I made a crochet order and now I don't want it. I went to visit my biological father's side of the family I had never met before. He's now passed. I had a blast. My aunt, who is my father's cousin's wife. Wow, okay. My aunt, who is my father's cousin's wife, crochets. She showed me some brown, all caps brown turtles, and I fell in love with the color and the turtles. I didn't ask for pricing, I just ordered 2. I love them so much and I wanted to support her business, so I didn't care for the cost. Well, she sent me a picture and the total, but I absolutely hate them. They are white! All caps, exclamation marks. White turtles! I specifically told her I fell in love with the brown she had showed me. Turtles are not white. She knows I wanted brown. I have no idea how to get out of this now. They are each $40 plus shipping, which, like I said, I don't mind the price. I was just gonna pay her and give them away. Especially because I had asked her for mini ones, like the one she'd showed me, and she made jumbo ones. Now, I don't want to pay $80 plus shipping during December just to give them away. I can't be honest, so don't advise that. I'd rather lie and tell her an unexpected emergency came up with my car and it's not in the budget to purchase them anymore. I feel like the asshole because I ordered them, but I promise you this isn't what I ordered. I ordered small brown turtles. Okay, this is written kind of funny, but it's an interesting one. So the title sounds mean, but I don't think this person is an asshole. I think the auntie's a bit of an asshole. Like, maybe not intentionally, but if you're running a business and someone looks at a picture and orders that picture, you don't deviate from the picture unless you ask. You say, hey, do you mind about the color? Do you mind if I change up the color? I ran out of that yarn. You have to choose something else. Or I have a bigger size. It happened again. My mic died because I didn't charge it. And because I'm so smart like that, you know? So I'm just gonna try and pick up where I left off. I had to let it charge for a couple hours, so the sun is beaming down on me again. It's kind of nice, but I know it doesn't look very good, so just close your eyes, focus on your project that you're working on, and just listen. So, where I left off, I was saying if someone, requests to buy something from a picture, you need to give them what is pictured. Unless you ask them if you can change the color or, oh, I have other size options. Are you interested? That kind of thing. Definitely always ask before you deviate from what was originally ordered. So I don't think it would be wrong for this person to say to their auntie, like, that's not really what I wanted. If you're going to ship it, can I please get the brown ones instead? But if this person really is hell bent on not being honest, saying that they don't want it or something, I wouldn't really know what lie to come up with. I think it's just fair enough to say, like, that's not what you ordered and you like the brown color, even if it was the jumbo size, even, or the smaller one. Like, can you please just make me the mini ones in brown? I don't think it's that hard to really say that. You can say it without saying it rudely, I wouldn't even know what lie to come up with. I don't know. I suppose you could just say it's not really in your budget anymore. Sorry, but I feel like it's nicer to just be honest, but whatever. We're going to read what the comments say on this one. The top comment says, if you can prove that you ordered the brown ones instead of the white ones, then just show her that. You're not getting what you paid for, and you should absolutely either get a refund or what you originally ordered. You can also just cancel the order regardless. You don't have to pay for what you don't want. She can send those to another customer who ordered the white turtles. Yeah, I mostly agree with that, especially because I'm pretty sure the poster said that they hadn't paid her yet. You haven't paid her for anything, so there's no obligation there. Just don't send the money. Don't send the money if you don't want it, basically. OP replied, I haven't paid her yet, and it was just verbal. And she knows I want the brown ones. I was literally obsessing over the color. I want to cancel the order, but I'm too chicken to do it without an excuse. And someone responds to that, your excuse is that it's not the color you wanted. And I agree with that. Just say that. Oh my god. I guess it's hard because she only really just met her auntie, and, it can be intimidating, to say that to a family member you just met. I understand, but I don't know. I think you should just say that. But yeah, I would say the overall consensus is this person's not the asshole, and the comments would agree. Okay, this next one I'm gonna find really interesting because I did this last year. Well, let's get started. Let's get into it. Am I the asshole for giving my work, Secret Santa, a handmade gift that will ultimately be for her daughter? Hi everyone, I posted this in a different community but it got removed. Here is a recap. So I, 20-year-old woman, am taking part in my workplace Secret Santa where I am gifting to Jay, 30-year-old woman. Jay is in my team. We are friendly, chat regularly, and have lunch together on most days. For the past month or so, she has been complaining how she cannot get a specific toy for her daughter as it sells out in shops too quickly, and when she looks online, they are being sold for outrageous prices on eBay. When our Secret Santa was announced, we were told that we can get anything, but there is a £10 limit. When I drew Jay's name, I thought that a good gift would be to crochet her daughter something similar to the toy she wanted to get her daughter. I bought the pattern and the yarn and started working away to create this gift. The pattern was £5 and the yarn came to about £15, but as I would not use all of the yarn for this project, I decided to just consider this gift being worth £5. The other £5 I spent on a small candle and some chocolate. That honestly sounds pretty good, but anyway. I was catching up with a friend last night and told her about what I was doing as a gift. She pulled a face and said that I was being an asshole as I should have spent the entire amount of money solely on Jay, as it was meant to be her gift. She also said that as a mother, she probably won't get much thought for her, as all the attention will be on her daughter, and that I should get her something better than a shitty candle and chocolate. She also said that a crochet version of the toy is not the same as the actual thing and probably wouldn't be wanted anyway. I feel guilty now that I thought of her daughter over Jay, and if this is common that the mothers get overlooked, maybe I should scrap the toy idea and find something solely for Jay. I genuinely thought the toy would be a good gift to relieve a bit of Jay's stress at not finding the actual toy she wanted, but I may be wrong. Am I the asshole for giving my work Secret Santa a handmade gift that will ultimately be for her daughter? I don't think there's anything wrong with doing a handmade gift for someone's daughter, especially something so thoughtful. Like I said earlier, I did this. I did a handmade bee plushie for a coworker's daughter for a Secret Santa. And then I also made like a little potted plant for her to put on her desk. And then I think I also did chocolate as well. So, similar thing. A little something for the kid and a little something for her. And, for the rest of the year, she was coming back to me saying my daughter is obsessed with her bee and always asks me how Gracie's going at work, which I think was the cutest thing. Her kid was like 5 years old. And yeah, I thought it was lovely. It was nice. And she appreciated it and the daughter was happy. So I don't know what's up with your friend. Your friend's a bit weird. I do understand for birthdays. I know a lot of new mums receive baby-related items on like their first birthday after their kid is born, which oh, Pip, come here. Let go. Thank you. Anyway, which I think that is kind of shitty because it's the mum's birthday. But this is just a Secret Santa. This isn't even a family Secret Santa. This is a work Secret Santa. And like you said, this woman has been complaining about not being able to get this toy for her daughter. And I think it would take a bit of stress off. And she could sell it to her daughter as like, oh, you get a one-of-a-kind version of this toy. It's unique. There's nothing like this around. And if the kid doesn't like it, whatever, it's a write-off. You still got her a candle and chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate for Christmas? I think that's pretty great. I think your friend's a little off her head, but there is an update for this post, so let's see if she ended up actually doing this as the Secret Santa present. After my initial post that was removed, I received some great comments suggesting I spend the allotted amount on Jay. This is what I've decided to do. I have kept the candle and chocolate for myself. It was a gingerbread scented candle and a bar of dairy milk, and have ordered a plant terrarium for Jay. She has often mentioned how she wants to get back into her plants but has neglected them since having her daughter. Jay's daughter, O, has just turned 2 last month, and the toy that Jay has been searching for was a talking Miss Rachel doll because O absolutely loves Miss Rachel. I'm assuming that's a TV show. I don't know. I am still going to give Jay the crocheted Miss Rachel doll and say it is a Christmas gift from me to O. I have often mentioned how I crochet stuffies for my nieces/nephews and some friends' children, so I hope she will like it. The gift exchange is next Wednesday. As for my friend who called me an asshole to begin with, she is single and child-free, which is why I wanted to ask others for opinions. I have spoken to my friends and sister who are mothers. My own mother unfortunately passed a few years ago. I have spoken to my friends and sister who are mothers about whether it was a good gift, and I got mixed opinions from them. Some said they would love to have a gift like that, and others said my friend had a point, but they would still love the gift regardless. I think most of them just didn't want to hurt my feelings. Anyway, thank you to everyone who commented on the original post. I hope you see this and know that I truly appreciate everyone giving me feedback and advice. I will update after the gift exchange. So, I don't know why people would tell her not to give that gift. I suppose, like, I do understand where it's coming from. I mean, let's be real though. This person is just so thoughtful about this coworker. Like, I mean, you're scrapping this gift idea. You've already spent the money and made the doll, but you're scrapping it anyway and getting such a thoughtful alternative gift instead of just a generic like work Secret Santa is so generic. Like normally you would just get candles, tea, coffee, chocolate. But this person is actually trying to think of a kind, thoughtful gift for this person. I think that in itself is just lovely, and this person should just do what they want, honestly. But the top comment says, not the asshole, this is above and beyond. I agree. I agree. Literally all the comments are saying not the asshole, which I totally agree. Yeah, I don't know who was saying she was an asshole. But let's read the official update after the gift exchange. Hi all, I just wanted to provide a quick update on my previous post. So the Secret Santa gift exchange was last week and I gave Jay her terrarium, which she loved. I received a book about cat breeds. It just listed the different cat breeds and added cartoon pictures of them. Not sure what my Secret Santa was thinking, but at least it wasn't a shitty candle. I think a candle would have been better than that. But anyway, I decided to wait to give Jay the crochet doll until today, as it was our last day together and we would be the only people in the office. Jay was so happy with the doll that she actually cried a little when she saw it. She still has not managed to find a talking Miss Rachel doll yet, so she was feeling very guilty that O would be missing out. Jay couldn't stop thanking me and told me that she knows O is going to love the doll too. Most likely will never put it down. See what I mean? It's such a kind, thoughtful gift. And just trying to take the stress off of this mom, I think that is very kind. I didn't tell her about how I was going to give the doll to her as part of the Secret Santa. Good idea. Instead, I told Jay that I had stumbled upon a pattern that I wanted to try out, and that because she had been having trouble finding a toy, that this could be used as a placeholder until she could get the one she wanted. Jay just kept hugging me and saying thank you. She also bought me lunch and a Starbucks. It has been a pretty great day. It made me feel happy knowing that my gift is appreciated and that I have made a lovely lady happy. So it is a nice, happy update. Hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. That is so kind. I think that's just lovely. Great story. Your friend shouldn't have put those doubts in your mind, but you made it work anyway and made this person so happy, and that's just lovely. Good work, people. Good work. This is probably going to be my last story for the video. I don't want this video to go on for too long, but if anyone likes this, I'm probably going to continue this series. I have a whole backlog of stories that I have saved and not read. Okay, last story. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she can't join my craft project? I've set up a craft project where I'm repainting little pottery houses. I've got a bit of a collection going and I'm turning them into a Christmas model village. My daughter is 7 and has seen my project and wants to join in. I took her out to find her own little house to paint. She has access to all the paints and equipment I have and is allowed to paint her house whenever she wants. I like to spend a bit of time in the evening to paint my houses, and she often walks in on me doing this or is around me. She often wants to help me paint parts of the house that I'm doing and make suggestions for changes. I always reply to her saying that her suggestions sound really good, but she can't paint my house as she has her own house to paint, so she should do those suggestions with that. Am I the asshole for this? Should I be letting her paint the ones I'm doing for myself? I don't think you have to share everything with your kids. You don't need to give them everything they ask for and let them join in on everything you're doing. And honestly, you already are letting her join in. You went out and bought her her own little house so that she can participate and you can still have your own craft project. I think that's lovely. And I don't think you're excluding her at all. I think you came up with the perfect solution where you get to keep your project to yourself and she can still partake and not feel excluded. Let's see what the comments think though. The top comment says, "No, it sounds like you have the right system in place. Kids shouldn't get whatever they want just because they are kids. You are allowed to have your own things separate from them, not the asshole." Which pretty much sums up what I just said. I totally agree. The next comment down says, "Not the asshole. I would suggest you have a joint house project. At 7, she's just wanting to do what you do. It doesn't last forever. Have 1 or 2 houses you can work on with her, but be clear the other ones you are doing are for yourself, and she can have her own ones too. That way she learns how to work with people and respect other people working on their own." I think just having the one that you bought her for her to work on is fine, but if you do want to do a joint crafting date with your daughter as well, I think that's super sweet. Okay, I think that having just her own one to do is fine on its own if you want to leave it at that, but I do agree that having a joint one to work on would make a really fun memory for her and might be really nice, especially if she's like getting close to finishing the one she's already working on. I think that's a sweet idea. It looks like everyone also agrees, not the asshole. So, no assholes have been writing in today. Yeah, all of them were pretty chill. I mean, it's all craft related, so how deep can it really get? I mean, you'll see when I do my next videos in this series. But yeah, this video was a nice chill introduction into Reddit and Am I the Asshole forum. I might have a few more stories that get a little bit more heated, but you'll just have to wait and see in future episodes. I won't be doing this every week, but yeah, I think I'll throw them in there for a couple Tuesday videos here and there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to these stories while you craft away. I make videos every Saturdays and most Tuesdays. I hope you would like to join me. Bye!